Hey guys, Kev here, and I wanted to talk about the Dawson Machine Craft Divot Slim. And I have the Malini Slim here because I don't think I ever did a review on it. And they're very similar. They're both in the Slim line. Essentially, they have the same driver and LED and everything in them. They just have a different body, which is what I love about the Slim line from Dawson Machine Craft. And I just filmed a hour-long video about these and rambled and rambled and rambled. I have a beam shot video at the end of that. But I wanted to kind of make a short version of it for those of you who just don't want to watch an hour-long video, and I totally understand that. Thanks to those of you that do, though. So let's talk about it. Quickly, a size comparison. This is the Okluma DC1. You can see that is an 18350 flashlight. It is substantially shorter. Then you have the height, which is hard to show you there. The thickness. It is a bit thicker. This is about an inch. And these, I think, are like 0.85, something like that. But it does feel substantial in your pocket. This is a triple emitter running an 18350 battery. These are single emitters with reflectors. That one has triples and a optic. So this is going to be more throwy. That's going to be more floody. Cool. Absolutely fantastic. Basically, it is the best EDC flashlight you can get. If you are thinking about picking up a custom flashlight because you like nice things, you have a nice knife, maybe you have a pry bar, you're thinking, maybe I should get a nice flashlight because I like nice things and, I don't need a whole collection like my knife collection or pew-pew collection, but, I want to grab a nice one. I totally understand. That's where I was coming from originally, and then I went down a whole rabbit hole, bought a whole shit ton of them, came out the other side, and ended up with these because it's the best option, okay? It's available, for one. You don't have to spend days and weeks on the shitter at work tracking them down on Facebook groups. But they're not so available that they're, not cool, They're custom made by a dude in Hawaii, I believe, is where Dawson Machine Craft hails from. And he does excellent work. Check him out on Instagram. Chat with him on there if you have questions or looking for something. But so good. So good. The machine quality is absolutely spectacular. I mean, I love the rounded bezel on this one versus it being a little more squared off on this one. I like that they're different, obviously. Very, very cool, but they're also extremely similar. This one has the long clip, this one has the short clip. They offer both of those. So depending on the design, like the Ion Slim has some ribs here, so the long clip doesn't make sense. The short clip is the one you want on that flashlight. So just stuff like that. But they have cool options. You can get them Cerakoted. You can anno these all different colors. You can get it in aluminum for, I think it starts around $300. You can get them in titanium, which is what these are. You can get those for around $450, I think, $425, $450. You can get them in brass, I think, copper. You can get them in zirconium for $1,300 if you want. So lots of options. And they have a few LED options. These are both Nichia 519A 4500K. I love 4500K. I think it's the perfect middle ground. 4000's too warm, 5000's too cool. 4500, boom, right in the middle. Works for me in every scenario. I just love that temperature. This flashlight is slim enough that it feels super comfortable in your pocket. It doesn't feel much different than a 10440 does in my pocket, unless that's all you've ever carried. Like when I first got into larger flashlights, it felt like an adjustment. Now this feels it just disappears. I always felt like the 18350s still felt a little bit fat in my pocket, they're never a problem. I wasn't like, oh my God, I got this thing. But I knew it was there, if that makes sense. Where these, sometimes I'm like, do I have my light? I'm like, yeah, I have it. I just look for the clip, you know? So the thinness is excellent. I like the length. It's very ergonomically comfortable. For me, it just works really well. So that's good. I switched the boot covers out for Okluma DC1, which is what this flashlight is. But you can buy the covers on Okluma's website, and he sells them for the DC0 and the DC1. So if you order them, make sure in the notes you put DC1, because the DC0 ones are a lot smaller. But I changed them out. They use like a silicone cover on these from the shop, and I just don't like that. It's too soft for me. I like a more, what am I trying to say? It's just a little stiffer. That's what I'm looking for. Giggity. It's a stiffer click. I like that. So I swap all mine out. It's super easy. Just yank out the one that's in there. I just grab it with pliers on my multi-tool, yank it out, and then pop the O-ring that's in there, the big black one, also what she said. Pop that out with a little hook, and then put your new cover on, boot cover on, and then jam that O-ring back around it. Super simple. I've shown it on video. You can watch one of my other shenanigans videos on flashlights. But that's the only thing I did to these flashlights, is change the boot cover. So I am running a 14500. This is a Vape Cell H10. He ships it with a F12, which I had right here. Ships with an F12, which has a 3 amp max continuous discharge rate. And that's basically so you don't burn up the driver, you don't blow out the LED, etc. If you left this on turbo, I did show it in that super long video. I compared these, and I compared the batteries in them, and then afterwards I was like, oh, this one's really hot, and this one's like cool. I'm like, why is this one better at heat management? And then I realized, oh, right, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. I had that battery in there. That's why he ships it with that battery, because you really can't mess anything up with it, even if you accidentally like put it on turbo for too long. With the battery that I use, the H10, I get a little extra oomph on my turbo, but it can get hot. And so you just have to be more responsible. I trust myself. I know the scenarios I use it for, it's always very quickly. Otherwise, I'll just use my my high setting, or medium setting, I call it. I have this set for 3 settings in turbo. This is a Dr. Jones driver, H17FX driver. I have a whole video on how to program that with an Ion Slim, which is another one in this line. So you can check that video out. I'll try to link it along the way here. But you can basically add up to, I think, 7 modes. And then you get the double tap mode too. But I keep it to 3. So I have Moonlight, which is pretty low. I can look right at it. It doesn't blind me or anything. Then I have what I call low. So Moonlight, low. And then I have medium. And then it goes back to Moonlight. So Moonlight, low, medium. Right? So this is what I use when I need a bit more light. And if I really need to find something, and I just, I need turbo, double tap. So I basically remove turbo from the cycle so that I don't have to cycle through turbo to get to a lower setting, depending on what I'm doing. I never have memory on. This is all preference stuff. So watch that video and you can program yours however you want. But this is what I like. You could do strobe. You could do, you could make Moonlight double tap if you want. You can do whatever you want. So that's how I set it. Trying to think of what else to tell you. I just think it's fantastic. It really is the best EDC custom flashlight you can get. And that's the bottom line. And I don't know what else to really say. The packaging you get this nice pouch from Dragon Cut Design. You get a Dawson Machine Craft sticker. You get a COA. So this one is for my Divot Slim. You can see it says Divot Slim. That's the date of manufacture. So you can see that that's when he originally sent it to me. There's the battery. You get it. 519A, 4500K. And then programming instructions are on their website. And again, I have that video you can watch that breaks it all down, shows you what to do, because it is a little bit confusing. Once I learned it, it wasn't so bad. And I think I have an O-ring in here. I believe I switched the O-ring out in the back here because I felt like it was a little thick and it was hindering me pressing the button. It was on this one. And I think that's because the barrel or whatever, the tube is a little bit tighter on this one than that one. Let me put this back. This is just what he uses to ship the flashlight. You put this over the battery and then it doesn't work in shipping. So it can't accidentally turn on. But when I got this one, I couldn't fit my batteries in here, the H10s. They're a little bit thicker, it turns out, than the F12s. And they wouldn't fit in the tube without jamming them in, and then you couldn't get them out. It was a pain. And so Josh said, oh, just send it to me. Apparently there was an update to the batteries, the vape cells, and the ones he had in his shop were older, I guess, and they fit. So that's why he sent it out like that, no problem. And obviously the battery it comes with fits. So probably most people are not even noticing this, or, you know, don't care, or maybe it's just this one. I don't know. But anyway, he's like, just send it back and I'll open it up a little bit. That's what he did. Battery fit, no problem. Excellent customer service. I got it back within a week and I was up and running. And so he's great to communicate with. He has great customer service. You know, not much else to say there. I've been very impressed with the custom flashlight makers. A lot of them are extremely nice and just great to work with, in my opinion. And Josh is definitely at the top of that list for me. So, yeah. So I think the same thing exists back here. Like, I think it's just a little bit tighter in the back. I haven't measured it or anything, but I'm willing to bet that the opening in here is just a little bit wider on this one than this one. And that's why that O-ring just felt a little bit tight and it made the switch a little stiffer, I felt like. So I swapped it out. I don't know. I could also just be crazy. But if you ordered one, you would just get it and it would be fine. You know, you just use it as is. You don't have to be a nut like me. What else would I like to say? You could put a O-ring here. You could put an O-ring around this, put it on this rib right here, and then you'd have a place to, like, cigar hold it. Some people like doing that. So you can put an O-ring back there just to do that. But I like this little step that works excellently on the Malini Slim. On the Divot Slim, it is a little bit more slim down the center there. You can see that. Where the Malini kind of stays that thickness up at the head all the way down. This one slims out like the Ion Slim. It's very reminiscent of the Ion Slim. I do like it overall better design-wise for whatever reason. But I can also hold this taper here and cigar hold, no problem. I don't use a cigar hold very often. I'm more likely to do this, or I do this, you know, or I just hold it like this. You know, I'm doing momentary, or I click it on and then I'm just, you know, I just don't use this a lot for whatever reason. Yeah. That's about it, guys. Let me know if there's any questions in the comments you can ask. If you have an hour to waste, you can watch that other video that would have released right around the same time as this. I just wanted to make a shorter version for the people who don't care about all my rambling and stories and all the detail I told, that the, personal stories, shit that a lot of you don't care about. And those of you that do, I love you. So, yeah. I don't know if this is mineral glass or sapphire. I did ask for sapphire, but I'm not sure if he even has it. They're both fantastic. Honestly, mineral glass is a little bit clearer, as I understand. You can actually get a better light source through it or whatever, cleaner light. But sapphire is like really hard to break. I've dropped the shit out of these. I've dropped this one a ton. I've never just straight dropped it on concrete, but it's been in a pool. It's been dropped in my office, like hit the desk and hit the ground. And, I have vinyl plank floors. I've like hit it into things. I've used it to kind of like tap shit. Not like straight hammering, but I've used it. Like I haven't treated this thing. I haven't babied it, basically. You can see the screws are all worn. The black is basically gone. And it's held up extremely well. Where the consumables are the things that have kind of been messed up a little bit. And I like a little bit of a worn look on something. I don't like pre-worn because it kind of feels cheap. Like, not cheap like money-wise, cheap like I didn't cause that wear, so like it's kind of stupid to me that I have something pre-worn. But I like it when I've done the wearing, All right, that's it. Slimline from Dawson Machine Craft, the best EDC flashlight you can get. It just has the best performance in terms of lumens. For me personally, I don't know the number exactly, but it's just enough. And a lot of the custom flashlights I had in this size, I didn't feel like they had enough. Like, it was adequate. Did I really need more? No. But I never felt like, yeah, that's what, This one, fuck yeah. Like, I just feel like I have a powerful enough flashlight for me. It sounds dumb, but it is what it is. The size is great. The ergos are great. So, they start around $300 in aluminum, $450 in titanium, and then you can customize it as you wish. Check out their website. It's great. I'll put a link down below. They walk you through everything, but it's a great flashlight, a great company, and I actually, right before this video, I ordered a shirt. So I have a Dawson Machine Craft shirt coming. And yeah, so love you guys. Hope you have a fantastic day. Shout out to Josh from Dawson Machine Craft, and catch you later.